Aries, we're talking about you. Welcome to November. There's a lot going on here. I mean, there's always a lot going on in the stars, but let's talk about you. You're the first sign of the zodiac. You're cardinal fire, which means you like to start things. Doesn't always mean that you like to finish things, though. So you get bored easily, you burn out quick. You come in hot and heavy, and then you need a lot of downtime. This November is not going to be any different. One of the things that's happening cosmically for all of us, not just you, Aries, is that Mars, which is the planet that rules Aries, it also rules Scorpio, is going retrograde in Gemini through an area of your chart that lends itself to some difficult communication dynamics. You are probably going to be prone to overthinking a lot this month. And so staying grounded is going to be really, really important for you. You're going to have a lot of ideas this month that you might feel like you don't have enough clarity to really take action on. So this is not really a time for you to maybe pull the trigger on some of the things that you have been wanting to do. It might be a better time to just reflect and think about the direction that you want to move in for the year ahead, rather than whether or not you need to do that right this second. You're likely to be very reactive because of how ungrounded you're feeling. And so it's really important that you take a lot of time for yourself and kind of be mindful of how much you say yes to in November, because chances are you're going to burn out, and then you're likely to be more reactive and combative because you're tired and you don't actually want to do the amount of things that you said yes to. So that's going to be a little bit rocky for you this month. You're also going to really feel inclined to want to leave town or go on a trip somewhere. It might be kind of an escape of mundane reality, because mundane reality might be a little bit too much for you right now. So it's positive for you to find ways to kind of give yourself a healthy escape, even if it's just spending more time outside. Working out is really good for Aries people because you guys are hot-headed. So it's easy for you to get a lot of fire energy in your body. And if you're not expelling it in a positive way, it does tend to build up into a burst that can be reactive, and you can end up hurting the people that love and care about you the most. So you want to be really mindful and careful with your energy levels, and making sure that you're scheduling as much downtime as, extroverted fun time, or even work. You don't want to push it too hard in that way. But it's good for you to learn something new this month. So one of the ways that you can channel some of this extra mental energy that you might be having is to pour that into your education. So taking an online class, starting a book, and just kind of finding ways to give yourself something mentally stimulating that's positive is good for you this month. Looking at where the next eclipse is, we have a lunar eclipse on November 8th at 16 degrees of Taurus. And so that energy is going to be interesting for you when it comes to your financial stability. So eclipses, that we feel them over the period of 6 months. And so it's a portal of energy that is shifting and changing things continuously. And so when we have an eclipse in a sign like Taurus, Taurus represents our stability, it represents our connection to material form, life, money, how we value our self-worth, our health. And so those are the themes that are going to be really important for you to kind of reflect on and see if, are you managing your money effectively? Are you taking good care of yourself? And when an eclipse comes in, it kind of disrupts and shifts a lot of the way we have been doing things, so that we can start working towards something that's maybe more congruent with our dreams later down the line. But a lot of times it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like it's working in our favor. Sometimes it feels like it's working against us. So it's important to remember that whatever disruption you're feeling is only going to help propel you more in the direction that you want to go. But you need to be open to receiving those lessons. The more victimized or disconnected you are from those lessons, the harder the lessons are going to be. So you want to be really mindful with your spending in November. This isn't a good time to be frivolous with your income, because you could have some unexpected financial setbacks. So just making sure that you're smart this month, and not overly exerting yourself is going to be really important. Some sober tips for you, because you're more prone to escapism with Mercury entering Sagittarius on, according to the ephemeris, it looks like it's going to be at 0 degrees Sagittarius on November 17th. And so you might feel like a very big need to escape mundane reality. And for those of us that struggle with substance abuse, that usually, can be hard for us. We get triggered into wanting to drink or partake in drugs, or even, social circles that might trigger that for us. And so some healthier ways to escape mundane reality are in a book, a class, learning a new craft, or like I said earlier, working out, doing something physical with your body. So that could even be a new workout class. You're probably going to feel a little bit more introverted, so you might be more prone to wanting to do some of those escape activities by yourself. So, if a class doesn't feel in alignment for you, maybe, doing something in the comfort of your own home, like a YouTube class or something, will be a good way for you to kind of get some of this energy out. But just remember, when you're having anxiety and you're overthinking, anxiety is energy that has nowhere to go, and it lives on the same spectrum as excitement. And so if you're able to remember that and channel that overthinking energy into productivity, you'll be really a lot better off for it. And all of us are going to be feeling this Mars and Gemini retrograde in a different way. It's all going to be kind of amping up that energy for a lot of us. So you also might be coming up against other people that are feeling that way as well. And so it's important that you don't take that on and you find healthy ways to decompress. That's your November sober scope. Good luck. Try to breathe before you jump to conclusions or react, which can be very hard for your Aries cardinal fire. Wishing you the best of luck from one fire sign to the other.